Good afternoon. Thank you very much. I will do a brief talk about food oil processing and sensory perception. That's a quote I got from a book published nearly 200 years ago. It says, animals eat themselves, so we don't need to care. Humans eat, but only wise men know the art of eating. And that's the book from the physiology of taste. I'm very pleased. So now we know much better than 200 years ago. We not only know the art, but we also know a little bit of the science of eat. So typically, I come from the oral processing angle to talk about eating and the sensory perception. When we eat, we take as a routine exercise, just a routine say we eat every day, breakfast, lunch, evening, snack, everything, and we enjoy. If you look at sensory perception, I think we can make a similarity to the music, the sensory symphony. Technology. Okay, now I hope I can play enjoy a piece of music. Okay, I think I should stop here. I'd like to enjoy how to do the okay, so everyone enjoy this symphony, the music, particularly this piece played at a concert. The beauty of the music is the harmonization of the or synchronization of different tones, and each music instrument played right volume at the right time at the right speed. Otherwise, it becomes noise. You don't like it. And this is a Singapore dish, laksa. I like it. It's sort of a spicy, sweet taste on the background of creaminess. It's creamy. And also, when we eat, you don't realize so many things coming to your mouth and your nose and then to your brain. A lot of information. It's the harmonization. You don't say, I like the spicy bit, or I like the sweet bit. No, it's the integration. And that's the composer made the music. And that's the recipe for laksa. The challenge bit for us to enjoy the laksa is not partly raw material. But we cannot say, go ahead with raw materials. If you eat them together, you will have a taste of laksa. It doesn't happen like that. It's a challenge to our food scientists is how you put all these ingredients, the spice bit and raw material bit, into right structure, into the matrix, and so that different ingredients, different sensory stimulus will work in synchronization, in harmony, in order. And that's what we enjoy. That's and that's the challenge, of course, to us, to food industry. And particularly for people here in this building, every day we discuss about how to reformulate food with a little bit less of the spicy ingredient, but without the compromise consumers' preference. It sounds easy, but there's a lot of challenge. So that's why I talk about a little bit about the science behind this sensory perception. That's a work done many, many years ago. I published in the General Technical Studies in 1991. And then actually, this is trajectory of different food inside the mouth. On the top left is drink water. So literally within less than 1 second, water goes down to your throat and your stomach. And at the bottom left, bottom right is the eating of candy. So when you have candy inside your mouth, it's through the piece, it's moving around, and during this process, you enjoy the release of the flavor. If you chew further, then probably enjoy the texture. And in the between, also the different type of food materials. It's the shorter for beverage, for wines, for beverage, and they stay longer for soft and solid food material. It's not because we would like food to stay inside the oral cavity for a bit longer. We do it for purposes. A lot of things happens during this period of time, either for liquid beverage or for solid food. During this process, we enjoy a lot. These are two functions we normally use when we describe or categorize the food inside the oral cavity. On the left side is a breakage function. It says how a food material breaks up when you chew. It's breaking one become two, or one become four, or even more. The breaking. It's a very, very important parameter. The material property of food become your experience of eating. On the right side is the selection function. When we chew, it's not random. You pick up a large particle by our tongue. Our tongue is a very smart device. Pick up a large one and put in the bowl of cheese. Normally, the opportunity of the particle being chewed up to the square of the particle size. Putting this together, we can formulate another function we call the chewing efficiency. Chewing efficiency describes how fast you eat a food. Different people have different times. So when I on the table and then in university canteen, I always feel a little bit of pressure because I chew very slow, and will make people waiting for me. I feel a little bit embarrassed. So efficiency is really, really different. A combination of the food material and your oral capability. How capable you are. And this related to a number of factors. The number of teeth, the elderly people have less teeth, so efficient, effective. The biting force, how powerful your chewing muscle, the saliva, and particularly your tongue. Whether your tongue can carefully, smartly pick up a right particle for chew. So that's the chewing efficiency. And the different people, different individual, even young university students also have a big vary of the efficiency of chewing. And this not only the experience, but also very relevant to the flavor release. That's one work we did by inviting different people we categorize chewing efficiency of each individual, and we monitor the flavor release inside the oral cavity and the test their perception of sweetness. That's 12 subjects with different chewing efficiency. Each line is one subject, and you can see the average particle size and the total surface area is really, really different between different individual person. And on the right side is their sensation of sweetness. Even though it's not a line correlation, but there is a positive correlation between the chewing efficiency, the flavor release, and the perception of the sweetness. This is a curve very often seen by sensory analysis. We call the time intensity curve. So when we eat, initially you have no flavor or no taste, and then intensity of taste go up, and then gradually decrease. But for different food, it's a different pattern. Either the maximum capacity, the max intensity, or the lingering time. Some linger longer, some shorter. So what's the difference? What decides this curve pattern? Literally, I believe that two different mechanisms work against each other. One mechanism is a flavor release. When you chew, the amount of flavor increase continuously. On the opposite side is your saliva secretion. So you have more and more saliva inside the oral cavity, and it causes dilution effect. So the two factors works against each other. And how do we design our food? That's very important to maximize this taste effect. And for the oral physiology part, this is just being done. See how flavor release related to individuals' oral physiology. It's very, very interesting. You see, if you have a higher saliva viscosity, the more viscous saliva coating your food particle, which slow down the release of the flavor. In this case, salt and salt. So if you look for graph here, the mass transfer coefficient and the saliva viscosity. So increased saliva viscosity will decrease the mass transfer coefficient and will slow down the salt release. And on this side, this is the saliva secretion rate and the mass transfer coefficient. So if you have a very fast saliva secretion, it will increase the salt release, but not necessarily you will perceive a more salty taste because more saliva causes a dilution effect. And this is the work I think Linda mentioned this morning about tribology. It's so the energy and the tribology, two very important physical principles when food inside the oral cavity. Anything related to the bulk phase properties, deformation, flow, that's related to the rheology, behavior. And if you come to a thin layer, for example, when you drink wine, drink beverage, and tribology come to play a very important role to our sensory perception, and particularly creaminess. Creaminess is a term largely from the dairy food culture, not in the naturally in Asian culture. But this is very important, we can sense, and how important it is probably not. And this is another work about Rachel Noodle sensation. That's our recent work. We know we can do oral noodle and Rachel Noodle, but we confirm and prove that there are two coexistent and independent mechanisms for the oral noodle mass transfer. One is molecular diffusion, that's no problem, no question at all. And then another is the aerosol particle. However, the eating is very challenging. I just quickly go through here. Okay, the complexion. It's not simple as we have seen in the last few slides. The present of saliva makes eating a completely different experience. Saliva has lots of functions related to our eating and sense perception, and more importantly, that's the image we take inside the oral cavity. Saliva exists largely in foam, and that's very beneficial for aroma release in the saliva. This is another work we believe. Sensory perception is not a direct perception of having particular stimuli. It's a derivation. It's the integrated interpretation. So actually what we sense, not the parameter list on the left side, our direct perception here is the stimulation that we have corresponding receptors. We perceive parameter on the right side, but we describe it in different language. So that's a derivation process, and we don't know how brain integrate and interpret. That's another puzzle. And more importantly, oral processing is highly dynamic. It's never in equilibrium status. This is particularly important for in vitro instrumental analysis. Because when we do instrumental analysis, always waiting for equilibrium, but all those states never reach the equilibrium. And that's fine. Thank you.